Greetings everyone, it's Seven from London. I'm coming with another video. I haven't made a video for quite a long time, but today I felt compelled to come in and talk to you guys today with all the stuff that's unfolding. I want to give you a little bit of an update, and I want to address some of the things that are going on. I'm in a coffee shop, so there's some music playing in the coffee shop. I can't turn it down. Hopefully you can still hear me. Anyway, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been supportive to me. I've been through some really heavy things, and thanks to a lot of really beautiful people out there, I've had so much love, so I'm really grateful to everybody. Thanks for everybody who's been following me on Twitter and also on Facebook. I've only just got back onto social media. I've had a bit of a hiatus for a while after my cousin's being poisoned and everything, which those of you who have watched my previous videos will know. But anyway, just to give you a bit of an update what happened with my cousin. Now, some of you will know because my cousin and I made videos last year, the end of last year. Actually, it's not the end of last year, it's the end of 2018. My cousin and I made videos about the fact that we were experiencing domestic terror, and it all revolves around my stolen work. As many of you know, I am the creator of Dancing with Stars, Strictly Come Dancing, You Are What You Eat, 10 Years Younger, and a lot of other productions. And the skullduggery and evil that we have experienced in order for the people who have stolen my work and stolen the money involved in my work, which is a hell of a lot of money, we're talking billions of pounds, and used that money in the most evil, wicked ways. I can't even tell you. And basically, this is what was behind, really, the things that my cousin and I experienced. As some of you also know, we had two family members that died inside Grenfell Tower. My cousin's mother's sister and our cousin Ernie, they died in Grenfell Tower, which was on June the 14th of 2017. And we did a crime report about what happened because we wanted to be part of the inquiry. However, that report was buried. And I'm saying all of this stuff, I mean, obviously some of you who've been watching my channel for a while will know about this anyway, but I'm saying all this to basically link it into some of the events that are taking place today. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is what happened with my cousin. Now, my cousin was poisoned. He's basically murdered. He was poisoned. I found him. He had white all around his mouth. He was basically foaming around his mouth. He was covered in vomit, vomit everywhere. This was in the early hours of the morning. I just got the intuition to call him because I hadn't heard from him for a few days or about a week or so, and I couldn't get in contact with him. So a friend of mine, she called him and we had a three-way conversation. And his voice, I thought he was joking, but his voice was very quiet. It sounded very hoarse, like this. He was talking to me like this. And I was like, Ronnie, what's going on? What's going on? Anyway, I just literally put the phone down and ran to the hospital to get him an ambulance. But he wouldn't get in the ambulance. And so by the time I got to him, it was about 3 a.m., after 3 a.m. in the morning. And basically he told me he had been poisoned, and I could see from white foam all around his mouth and the vomit that was all over the place. This was a healthy, I mean, any of you that saw our videos, you could see this was a healthy man. He walked for miles, literally every day, you know. He didn't use the transport. He could walk from one area to, you know, he could walk, let's say he could walk from north to west, no problem, you know, carrying heavy bags. You know, he was just a very extremely healthy person. And for him to literally be poisoned and keel over and die was extremely disturbing for me. It was traumatizing. That's why I haven't really made any videos. I couldn't get my head around it. Now, there were some events that took place just before, whereby my ex-partner told me that my cousin had to be gotten rid of. There was that. There was also the fact that my cousin was wanted to sue for his photograph being used without his permission, in relation to the Grenfell Tower situation. My aunt and my cousin's photographs was featured. Now, I know that my cousin who supplied the photograph did it innocently. This is another cousin, beautiful cousin actually, but he didn't do it with any ill intent at all. However, my cousin had his photograph all over the place, and he didn't know what was behind it. Neither of us knew at the time, so he was a little bit upset about it. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this video as short and concise, but there's some information that I want to share with you because it's critical information and everybody needs to hear it. Everybody needs to get this information out all over social media. You need to hear me today because I need to wake some of you people up. You need to wake up to what's happening all around you right now. Now, after my cousin died, the police came, the ambulance, everybody knew it was foul play. And they said that the police would be in touch with me to get some background. Because if you remember, if you go on my channel and you look at some of the videos that my cousin and I made, I think there are 2 videos about my cousin's passing. Sorry, before my cousin's passing, there might be 2 videos that I did with him. Anyway, people, evil is real. Evil is real. So basically, since the day my cousin passed, which was 14th of March 2019, not one police officer has come. Not one. Basically, I have pursued an inquest. His body was taken to the coroner's court, which is in a place in Victoria in London, which tells you again it was foul play. He wasn't just in the mortuary like somebody who died of normal circumstances. His body was in the coroner's court, which is where they hold inquests. So I actually pursued an inquest, an investigation into my cousin's death, because before he died, you will be able to look at the video of me and my cousin asking the public for help, because we were being pursued. We were literally being terrorized. Now, my ex-partner, my ex-husband, to say who he was in my life at that time, he told me that my cousin had to be gotten rid of. He told me that he was going to betray us because of the money. He said 30 pieces of silver has to get a lot of money in today's time. And basically, he did exactly that. I have a court case that is pending about the whole situation because he domestically abused me. He harmed me. And my cousin and a couple of other people came and got me out of that situation. So it was probably, I don't know, but well, I got out of there, fortunately, in January, and by March, my cousin was poisoned exactly how my ex said that was going to happen. So the whole situation is horrific beyond words. You know, people that I've known for a long time, people I thought were friends, betrayed us for money. It was for the money because of the fact that I'm to inherit a massive estate because of my work, which was sold in 126 countries, and I won a massive court case. So basically, from then, basically, not one police officer has come forward. I've done petitions. I've, had police contacted the police. Police officers have said to me, "You're being abused. You're being absolutely abused." And basically, I made a complaint to the IOPCC or something like that, Independent Office of Complaints. And basically, I've had hitmen try to come after me because I've been pushing for inquests and investigations into my cousin's murder, because that's what it was. You know, how do you go from asking for protection, telling the public what's been happening to us, to all of a sudden being dead? Doesn't happen. Witnesses have been intimidated, they've told me. So it's all related to the 7-Gate case. And those of you who are interested to know about the 7-Gate case, I've done an extensive interview series with Alfred Weber where I show you evidence. And I also have courtroom audios. If you go into my interviews with Alfred Weber called 7-Gate, then you'll get the background of what happened. I'm looking at the time because there's basically not a lot of time on this clock. Now, what's happened since is no police have got in contact with me at all. Not one. All the police officers that I've spoken to on the front desk, some of them are really nice and they say, "Your situation is horrific." They tell me plain and simple, but they're getting orders to keep their mouth shut. It's a conspiracy of silence, basically, so that's why no police have come. So Ronnie's body was in the mortuary in the coroner's court, and I found out that they've cremated him to hide the fact that he's been poisoned. That's what we're dealing with in the UK. Now, the situation as far as British people living in the UK, I've seen case after case after case after case after case. People are contacting me with horrific cases. So we have a state of emergency. The virus is not the state of emergency, it's the corruption, alright? Evil. That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with hardcore evil. Now, I've been looking at the situation. I've had a lot of people contact me that this whole situation with Corona is a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a false flag. Basically, they're giving people the information. How do you give your trust to people who have lied to you over and over and over and over again? How do you give your mind to these people? How do you do that? You people have to wake up. It's time to wake up. Okay? I want to share with you some tweets and some information. I want to keep this video as short as possible, but I'm going to continue making videos because I have been silent. But people are telling me we have a situation with FEMA camps coming. They're basically shutting the whole world down. It's a criminal operation from what people are telling me. Okay. I'm seeing, I do my own due diligence, and what I'm seeing is what they're telling me is real. It's not a joke. And so I want to share with you some of that information, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to decide for yourself, but you need to wake up